Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another Epic Drone Show live. This is Epic Drone Show episode 39, and if you're watching this at approximately 5:30 New York City time, then this is a live show. So we're going to talk about drones, and obviously that being the focal point for Epic Drone Show, very drone-centric live broadcast. And again, this is live, so if you're watching this at approximately 5:30 p.m. New York City time, if you're not familiar with New York City, that's that big city on the northeastern coast of the United States of America. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll into this here. So, without a lot of surprise, there was no Phantom 5. There was not a Mavic Pro 2. Really leaves one to ponder, what are we going to see from DJI in 2018, and are we going to see some other drone companies step up to the plate and take advantage of this lack of perceived interest that DJI has exhibited throughout the past few months. So, one thing's for certain, I'm excited, and I've mentioned it over and over, and several of y'all have commented as well, but the DJI's acquisition of Hasselblad, however you pronounce it, the very ultra super duper duper high-end camera manufacturer, Hasselblad. A company would not acquire a company as magnificent as that if they didn't have plans. So, it's the way that I perceive what's happening, and this belief has been shared by many. I believe that what we're going to see as the result of this extended wait is a drone, hopefully the Phantom 5 and or the Mavic Pro 2, that will incorporate some of this Hasselblad camera capabilities. And I mean, that's if you're familiar with cameras, you're probably familiar with Canon, you're probably familiar with Sony, Fuji, Leica, Nikon, etc., but you may not have even heard of Hasselblad. And the reason is, unless you're a super duper well-versed photographer and or video expert, you probably haven't been on the websites, you probably haven't read the magazine articles that tout that brand name. So Martin Carr, welcome aboard. Good to see you again, sir. As always, we've got a large viewership, and this is just a live show that I said, hey, it's a live show. Let's hit go and let's go with it. I don't like to stick to any sort of formal live show schedule, but you can watch all the previously recorded episodes. Just go to epicdroneshow.com and you can find them all there. And obviously, when this live show concludes, you'll be able to find it there as well. And if you're looking for a drone, maybe you wanted one for Christmas and Santa Claus didn't bring you one, or your friends or family didn't bring you one, you can check out epicdroneshow.com. You can find links to all the drones there. Check to see what's out there. There may still be some good deals to be had online. So check out epicdroneshow.com. Go to store, go to drones, and you can find all of the drones there. So, yeah, there's good stuff out there today. I mean, we've got good drones, but it's one of those things, you give somebody something and then they want something better and better. You give somebody a steak, and then, well, now they want toppings. They want cheese smothered on it. Next time they may want cheese and mushrooms, and then the next time they may have really expensive taste, and they may want steak with truffles on the top. So not truffles the chocolate, but truffles. If you've never had truffles, they're very good. It's one of those things you'll find in a very fine dining type restaurant. Martin says, do you know if DJI have something new coming? Well, history would suggest that the DJI should definitely have something coming soon. And DJI's actions during, especially the latter portion of 2017 suggests that, they're happy with what they've got. They're proud of what they've got. They've got the Mavic Pro 2, they got the Phantom 4 Pro, and they're so proud of it. They're like, hey man, I bet we can just give this thing a paint job and people will buy more. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm not criticizing them for that business practice. I mean, if you're a business owner, ultimately what the business is about is generating money. And if I was, let's just say hypothetically, let's say that I sold pencils, and all that I sold were pencils that were, those old school pencils that were just kind of like a yellowish type color, and then, a red eraser on them. But what if I really blinged them out and I started selling pencils, even though the pencil was the same? Maybe it had some sort of tip on the end where I could hang it on my ear when I'm not writing. Or maybe it has some sort of accessory on it that can be used for other purposes. You're sitting there, you're writing. Well, maybe there's something on there. It's like a piece of candy holder or something. It holds a piece of candy. Any way that I can take something good that's a proven and reliable performer, such as a pencil. I mean, a pencil is a very simplistic device. It works. Someone grabs a piece of paper and they can write words on the paper with a pencil. But if that pencil could look different, if that pencil could become accessorized, then that pencil becomes something that's more, that can potentially reach more people because of the eye candy. And that's exactly what DJI has done with their drones. They've got a good product, a very proven and reliable product. Obviously, the Phantom is a lot more refined than the Mavic Pro, because they're still in version 1 of the Mavic Pro. I don't consider the Mavic Pro Platinum to be a new drone. I just look at it as the same drone with different propellers and slightly better battery life. I mean, it's a small refresh at best. But when we see the next drones, I think that's when we're really going to see. We're going to have to see something new. And it's not necessarily radically different, because we've already seen that. We've already seen DJI deliver. They've delivered us the first really high-quality drone, and that was the DJI Phantom version 1. And we saw that evolve. We saw the Phantom 1, and, well, now you can attach a GoPro to it. Isn't that cool? Well, now you can get this gimbal thing that'll make the GoPro stay horizontal with the horizon. That's even better. And then we saw DJI become involved with the camera manufacturing space. And not only did they become involved with manufacturing cameras, but they didn't do like a lot of would-be competitors within the drone space have tried and just slap a camera on there and say, "Ooh, this is 4K." They released quality cameras with very good sensors on the inside, good saturation of the color, just rock solid image quality, and they made it just perfectly well with the DJI Phantom drone. So there was no need at that point to attach a GoPro. Because of the GoPro, unless you went in linear mode, you still got fisheye. And fisheye, in my opinion, degrades the visual quality of an aerial video. So DJI won. They won big. They said, you know what? We're not even going to use these. We're not even going to release these gimbals anymore that'll allow people to attach a GoPro to our current model Phantoms. Good for them. They entered the drone space. They executed well. They gave us a quality camera attached to an already quality product. And it's we got a question coming in here from Big Plains. Big Plains says, "Hi, Irix. I'm having a problem with my Phantom 4 Pro. Can you help?" Shoot a comment in here to say what the problem is, and if I don't have an answer, maybe a lot of the live viewers right now have an answer. And well, yeah, just shoot it away, man. Go ahead. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, DJI has really delivered, and it hit. With any sort of business, there comes the point in time where they've got to. There's been so much innovation. I mean, they've gone from the Phantom 1 without a camera to the Phantom 1 with a GoPro, but then to the Phantom 1 with a GoPro and a gimbal. And then they came out with the Phantom 2, which used the GoPro, but then they had the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, which used the first DJI camera, which was very nice quality. Granted, it was limited to 1080p, but at that point in time, it was revolutionary. And then we saw the Phantom 3 Pro, which in my opinion was the first jaw-dropping drone. It brought to us the improved communications for the controller by way of Lightbridge. It brought to the playing field a 4K camera on a drone. Total game changer. And obviously from that point forward, we saw a semi-significant yet very insignificant upgrade. And I consider it an upgrade. I don't just consider it a mild refresh but that being the Phantom 4. And the Phantom 4, it brought enhanced structural quality for the drone itself. It's still the DJI Phantom DNA. When you look at it, you say, oh, Phantom 4, that's definitely a DJI Phantom. But when you hold the Phantom 4 in your hands, you've got something that's just so much more structurally sound. And when you look at the gimbal assembly and just all of the intricate details, it's easy to notice that it's a greatly superior drone from a build quality perspective. Obviously, it also brought to us better battery life. So the Phantom 4 was a significant upgrade. Again, I will go back and say the most significant upgrade ever was Phantom 3 Pro. I mean, that's where we really saw DJI bring their A game out. And again, if you look at you look at Phantom 3 Pro 4K 30 video, you look at Phantom 4 4K 30 video, the visual quality it's hard to distinguish between the two cameras. But with that being said, I always said when the Phantom 4 came out, I would not recommend that someone with a Phantom 3 Pro buy the Phantom 4 because, from a camera quality perspective, the differences are negligible at best. But for someone that didn't own a drone, I said, yeah, go ahead, get the Phantom 4 because it's structurally better, it's got better battery life, blah, blah, blah. But Big Plane says, like a lot of other users, I'm having some problems with live video feed problems like glitching and a lot of green lines. I'm up to date on all the firmware. Now, understand green lines, obviously that's in, so you're in the DJI Go app, the FPV view for some viewers out there that may not be may not have as much hands-on experience as we probably do. So you're seeing green lines. Are they? When did you first encounter this issue? Was it after was there an event that occurred? Did you crash the drone? Did you possibly fly in a different flying location for the first time? Did you update the firmware for the first time and it appear after that? Was there any sort of trigger that you may be aware of? That's the first thing I would ask someone in any sort of troubleshooting scenario. Well, actually, there were a few things that I would ask first. I would ask, has the problem always occurred? When did it first occur? And then armed with that set of information, then I would say, okay, it's worked in the past, but it broke at this. Oh, Sean Coonery, watch out! Live broadcast. But it broke at this point in time. Now, what's different? Was there a different flying location? Did I apply software updates? Is there potentially a new? Whoa! Hey! No! Oh, Sean Coonery just came in the studio. You have to move your tail. What's changed, because that's some of the first information we'll need for any sort of troubleshooting scenario. So think about that. Okay, you got the drone yesterday. It started right away, dude. If that started right away, right out of the box, I would definitely. And this is just based upon my personal experience with Phantom 1 through present, being Phantom 4 Pro. Sorry, I got fur on the keyboard here. If that happened to me out of the box, I would definitely have, hopefully you may have purchased it from somewhere that may have a return policy. I would strongly suggest pursuing that, because that's something I've never seen. Now, before pursuing that, if that's an option for you, something you may want to do is try flying in a different flying location. Maybe there's some sort of radio interference in the flying location where you first flew. I mean, that's always a possibility. I mean, there's so many things that can interfere with these devices. I mean, anything from cell phone towers to, there's cell phone towers, microwaves, equipment. Maybe there's a construction yard nearby or something, and they got all these wireless communications devices that are that are enabling communications to occur among the various pieces of equipment. And there's a lot of stuff like that. But I mean, the short answer, with what you just said, I just got the drone yesterday and it started right away. For me, just based upon my years of experience with DJI drones, I think that's really strange. Now, there is a post, and this is not in regards to Phantom 4 Pro, but you can find it on my website, IrixGuy.com, and you can just search for Wi-Fi channel. Something with the previous drones, and again, this is not in regards to Phantom 4 Pro, but something I encountered when I had issues with the quality of the FPV is that I would change the wireless channel, and by doing so, I was often able to eliminate those the less than high quality FPV feed. So that's something. But I wouldn't, with something brand new that I just got, I'm assuming it may be brand new, if that happened, I wouldn't exhaust a lot of my time trying to find the problem. I would seek replacement if it's an option. Yeah, I had my studio desk here, Sean Coonery, the enormous Maine Coon cat. He came into the studio and he's all over the desk. So I'm having to put my laptop off to the side right now. And his website obviously is SeanCoonery.com. But yeah, 2018 will be here. Today is the 27th of December, so it's 2018 is going to be here before we know it, and I hope that what's interesting, if you look at market trends, typically from an advertising perspective, going into the fourth quarter where we are right now, you're seeing a lot of advertisers. They're reaching, if they have not already reached, they're about to reach the end of their Q4, their fourth quarter advertising budget. So when that happens, you typically see a lot of Big Plane says the transmission was similar to your first-hand. Oh, cool. Interesting. But yeah, you're going to see advertising budgets, they're going to dry up. So, the first part of the year, there's two ways to look at the first part of the year, the first quarter, January, February, March, right around that time. Sometimes companies can release something during that quiet period, and because it's typically a more quiet period from an advertising perspective, it's often a time for someone to have less competition and to get their product noticed. Now, the flip side of that is that if you release something, say, going into a big holiday shopping season, like if DJI had executed like I feel they should have, and they had announced a new drone before or right around Thanksgiving, they could have really gotten some positive buzz and sold a lot of them. But the other way to look at it is, what if they wait until that quiet period towards the beginning of the year and release something? Everything else is quiet, and then they come out with the next kill-all of drones, and it's so significant that they don't have to announce it during peak advertising months. So I don't know. I think it's obviously it's difficult to wait, and anytime, and we've seen it another industry, VR, virtual reality, and that's something I want to touch on within an upcoming live show. I'm going to be doing a lot with VR now on my channel because Final Cut Pro 10 obviously now has 360-degree spherical, also known as VR editing capabilities. So with that being the case, if we think about drones and VR meshed together, we could potentially have a really cool 2018 for drones. Yeah, big planes, I would check that out, but again, assuming that what you have is a new drone, if there's an opportunity to exchange it or get a refund, I wouldn't exhaust myself with troubleshooting. If it's not right, it's not right. Don't try to convince yourself that something's right. If you let's just say that you were doing Black Friday or Cyber Monday shopping or whatever, and you ordered a pair of tennis shoes, and they ship you a pair of tennis shoes, and you wear a size 13, but the tennis shoes that arrived were a size 12, and you put the tennis shoes on because they were a great deal, because you're a coupon shopper, and you know how to get what you want and get the best deal, and you try to convince yourself that the shoes are big enough. Don't try to convince yourself that. Send them back, get a refund. Same thing with drones. That's the point I'm trying to make. You get a drone, it's not exactly right. Don't try to convince yourself it is. Just my advice. I'm not telling you what to do or anything. But yeah, we're going to see 2018, especially with VR, and that's one of the top items on my wish list for 2018 is to get a spherical camera, high quality spherical camera up in the air, and just really start to film some VR 360 degree spherical, whatever you want to call it, videos from a drone. I mean, that's going to be a huge game changer, not just from the camera operator's perspective, but most importantly from the viewer's perspective. Because when you can watch these videos in VR and look around as if you were in that drone while it was flying, it's really going to add to the part of what makes drones exciting is being able to capture content from a unique perspective. But if you can capture content from a unique perspective that's also entertaining to watch, you're not just watching, you're watching while you're simultaneously interacting with the content, looking around with the camera. I mean, it just adds an additional layer of entertainment value to your drone videos that you capture. So I mean, that is high on my list of priorities. And I mean, obviously I don't have the budget to manufacture drones, and I don't have the technical skills necessary to build my own drones. But if I did, I would be all over that. Especially as an industry leader like DJI, I would be all over that. It's embarrassing that DJI has not yet released a 360-degree VR, spherical, whatever you want to call it, camera for one of their drones. It's an absolute embarrassment. And back to that, one of the would-be competitors, and unfortunately I haven't heard anything else from them. They were at CES, Consumer Electronics Show this year. A company called Alltel Robotics. They had a drone. It had 4K. It had a modular camera. They had a spherical camera option. Whatever happened to that drone? Whatever happened to the company? Why have they not said anything? Why do they not execute? I mean, that looked really cool. So it's an entertaining space. Drones are the future. But since drones are the future, why haven't we seen more companies become involved with drones? Apple, Google, Microsoft, any of the big money companies. GoPro tried, but they failed. I love GoPro. I'm not going to get in on that. You know how I feel about the karma. I love GoPro. Check out my hundreds of videos that I filmed with my GoPros. But check out my GoPro karma video. That's a pain point. Hopefully they'll get past that. Hopefully they'll come out and say, we've got GoPro Fusion. It's VR. Now we want to make a drone built around the Fusion VR camera. Hopefully that'll come soon. Because if it doesn't, I'm fearful that GoPro may not be one of the big camera companies like they once were. If they don't, I don't know. So yeah, episode 39 of Epic Drone Show. Just trying to get ready for 2018. I mean, that's what's disappointing about this. We don't have a new drone because I mean, right now during this live show, I should be able to be flashing up video clips from the new drone. I should have the new drone here in my studio, but instead I've just got Sean Coonery, the enormous Maine Coon cat, which is fine, but he's not a drone. He doesn't fly. He doesn't come with a gimbal or a camera mount. So he's cool. Check out his content, SeanCoonery.com. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Phantom 5 and Mavic Pro 2 is imminent. But when's it going to get here? I mean, it's, your guess is as good as mine, and I'm optimistic that it'll hopefully occur towards the first quarter of 2018. There's Sean Coonery. He came up here and got up off the table. Sean Coonery. Yeah, and a lot of people think Sean Coonery's fake, but he's real. I mean, he's a huge, very enormous Maine Coon cat. Hey, not the broadcast PC. No, he's trying to interact with the live streaming setup, and I don't think he's. Your skill set does not entitle you to work with the live streaming equipment, Sean Coonery. Sorry. Yep, live show again about 5:55 p.m. New York City time. That big city up there in the United States. So yeah, I mean we got some good stuff coming, but it's just a wait, and it's got to be a patient wait, because one thing, especially with technology that's already evolved so rapidly, we don't want to rush continued innovation. When they come out with the next drone, it needs to be radically new, and it needs to be significantly better than what's already out, which is great. And what's going to be funny though is if DJI continues to drag their feet and someone else steps up to the plate, a competitor maybe we haven't even heard of, and outshines DJI. And I think that would be a positive, because if a scenario like that occurred, what we would then see is the cocky driver, DJI. They're in the driver's seat. They're not even at the front of the pack. I mean, they've lapped every other race car by about 100 or 1,000 times. So the possibility of any of those other cars catching up makes no sense. But imagine this. Let's say the race car in the back, 1,000 laps back. Let's say that they plug some sort of technology into that race car, and then all of a sudden it's so much faster and so much better that it's lapping DJI, and DJI is having to play catch up. That's when it could really get interesting. If we have a competitor step up that actually knocks DJI in the dirt, and then we see DJI having to regain their high seat, and that would be great, not just from a rapid innovation perspective, but also from a price wars perspective. Because right now, DJI, without a doubt, controls the prices of drones, and that's understandably so, because they're the #1 drone brand, in my opinion. Adam says, "Do you hold investments in any drone companies?" I don't even know. I don't know. I wouldn't. That's something I've never speculated with. Tamagoyaki Master says, "Evening from the UK." Hello, United Kingdom. Welcome aboard. That's a cool place. Now is the UK, are they still pretty cool about drones, or are they starting to more heavily regulate the use of drones in the United Kingdom? God, we got tons of people in. That's what's so cool about these live shows, is just watching the. I got my laptop right here that I'm using to read your comments, but then I got my studio computer over there, and it's just amazing to see the amount of real time views. I mean, this is too many laws. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, and see, that may be to add to talk about a conversation we had several shows back. A theory that we had, rather, is just that a lot of these people, including DJI, they may be stalling innovation because they may be privy to upcoming information pertaining to upcoming regulations that the general public may not be aware of. I mean, who knows? But, one good thing about this silent period is that I think drones are kind of, they're not as in the middle of the media spotlight. I think since they've been out for a while, the newness is starting to wear off, so at least what I've found, and I don't go out and try to look for this stuff because I don't want to draw any attention to it, but, when drones first came out and they became popular, everything was pretty quiet. And then once they became really popular, then you started to see the irresponsible drone users doing things, and then the media followed, and then the media took, one or two less than responsible drone acts, and they blew it up in front of everyone. So then people at that point, people didn't even know what a drone was. They knew what a drone was, but they were introduced to a drone in a negative way by the media, so their immediate perception of a drone was negative thanks to the media. So hopefully this lull in drone releases is just taking drones out of the spotlight, at least temporarily, and in that way hopefully we'll see less rapid regulation. If there's not as many people out there doing stupid things with them. Tamagoyaki says, they'll bend the law when the government enforces drones for total surveillance. Yeah, hopefully, I don't know. But it's crazy stuff, and we're still all early adopters of drones. I mean, drones, yeah, they've been out for a few years, but this is early on. We're not even close to where drones are heading. I mean, this is just the beginning, and it's it's going to be a fun ride for anyone that's currently interested or plans to become interested in in drones. So, but yeah, I mean, I just want to update everyone. I mean, Epic Drone Show. I mean, I'm here, and I am ready to take that new drone out in the field, and we'll unbox it first and then talk about it on the live show and film a ton of videos and go out in the field with very low expectations and see what it does. Maybe it'll disappoint, maybe it won't. But, yep, Jake Gang, Phantom 5, man, that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on Phantom 5, Mavic Pro 2. Again, DJI didn't deliver in 2017. I mean, if they plan to, they've got, let's see, today's 27, so they got 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. They got 5 days if DJI chooses to release the Phantom 5 or Mavic Pro 2 in 2017. Now, wouldn't that be funny if they actually did, like, last minute, no sort of formal build-up or anything. They just said, you know what, we're going to do this. What if it's already manufactured? What if it's already in production? What if it's ready to ship and we just don't know it? So, I mean, who knows? And what if DJI just comes out in the beginning of during the beginning of 2018 and say, you know what, we're abandoning drones. We're no longer going to manufacture drones. We acquired Hasselblad, arguably one of the best camera manufacturers in the world. We're going to discontinue our drone business, and we are now going to be the new Hasselblad. And we just use drones to make money so we can make Hasselblad better. Our real interest is cameras. What if that happened? I mean, I know that's a ridiculous theory, but what if that did happen? What if they made most of their money from selling drones, something new, something everybody wanted that was super expensive, and then they took all that money to acquire the best, what I feel is one of the best camera manufacturers in the world, Hasselblad, and then they're using that money that was made from selling drones to make the Hasselblad cameras even better. And what if that's their real passion? I mean, what if that's why DJI became involved with creating their own cameras for their drones anyway? What if that was their real vision, was to become a really ultra high-end camera company? And what if they don't even care about drones? I mean, that's I mean, I don't know. It is pretty crazy. But I mean, I don't let's see, The spaceship just sent me a message here. Let me see. See if I got a message. No message. Strange. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of theories. You know, share your theories. Go to epicdroneshow.com, because here in an hour or so, I gotta go get some burritos. So I'm gonna eat some burritos. But after I eat my burritos, what I'm gonna do is post this previously recorded Epic Drone Show, and you can go to, you know, IrixGuy.com, or well, you can go to epicdroneshow.com, or you can go to IrixGuy.com and then go to live shows and Epic Drone Show, however you want to get there. And you can post your comments, you know, post your theories. You know, what are your thoughts? What is DJI planning next? Yeah, burritos, man, you can't beat burritos, especially if you do, like, you know, one burrito, do one with like chicken, do the other one with beef, and then, or maybe just really go crazy and just do a burrito that just has cheese in it. So you're eating a burrito that's got cheese, and then you got red sauce on the top of it. I don't know, something about a burrito just sounds good. You know, I would much rather be entertaining myself with a drone, but again, since I don't have a new drone right now because DJI's failed to release one, I'm just gonna have to go eat a burrito and some cheese dip. So, hope y'all have a good evening. Again, thanks for tuning in live. It's been a large audience today, and a large but quiet audience. I mean, a lot of y'all have talked, but it's something I encourage everyone to do. You know, you don't have to feel embarrassed if you want to type something in the comments. Go for it, because this is a live show, and you can say what you want to say. And if you don't have anything to say, that's fine. You know, watching is cool. Jason says later, dude. Later, everyone. You know, again, check out epicdroneshow.com, because you'll be able to find this and all other previously recorded live shows on epicdroneshow.com. You're in the market for a drone, check out epicdroneshow.com. You just want drone accessories, check out epicdroneshow.com. You want to entertain your friends, your family, people you may not even know, just tell them to go to epicdroneshow.com. You want some swag? You want to wear Epic Drone Show swag? Go to epicdroneshow.com, and then go to store and go to merch. You can find Epic Drone Show t-shirts. I think I've got coffee mugs on there. And I'll be adding, when time permits, I'll be adding a lot of other Epic Drone Show merchandise as well. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. And y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.